Those who believe that good things will happen shall happen to them.
As you fade away.
Hey you guys, welcome back to the blooming season. Yes, we are the bloomers, okay? We are the kind of flowers that bloom wherever they are planted. We are the kind of flowers that take pride and joy in being planted. Whether it's dirt, it's soil, you call it. We are not shallow, we are flowers with roots. At least that's what we are striving for. So welcome you guys to the blooming season channel. I hope you guys are great. I hope the new year is treating you great, and I will stop this new year story in Feb, because for me the entire January is still doing happy new years. It's important, okay? It's important. So if you are new here, you are most welcome. I'm super grateful that you could join me on today's video. I hope you're gonna find some insight. I hope you're gonna find a home out of us, and I hope you're gonna enjoy your stay here. And if you are my regular my day one support, thank you. I cannot thank you enough, because wow, I have seen you move with me when I was unsure, when I got confident, and then when I lost the confidence again, and then I got back into the wagon again, like a guinea pig. So I truly appreciate you always coming back to support me. You know what? The year has started on a good note. I feel like the year has started on a good note for a lot of people. I don't know if it's a facade or a placebo effect of some sort, but hey, those who believe that good things will happen shall happen to them. So we're gonna be positive, we're gonna be extremely faith-filled, and we're gonna be fueled by the faith and the trust that we have in our God. Okay, you can see by the title below, we are going to be talking about things that I think I should have learned before I got to my late 20s. Like, I'm in my late 20s right now, like late 20s. I'm in my late 20s. It's awkward. It feels surreal. It feels like it was only yesterday when I turned 13 and came over to Johannesburg to start a new school. It feels weird. It feels awkward. It feels like I can't believe that I completed my matric. I can't believe that I completed my matric in like 10 years now. So it feels very surreal. It's been like almost 10 years now. Almost 10 years. We are not on the 10 yet. It's been 10 years. We're gonna be unpacking things that I should have learned in my early 20s. The first thing I feel like I could have learned in my early 20s before I got to this stage, because it's a bit difficult to navigate life through it now that my life is made out of everything else except it, would be reading books. I feel like had I read books in my early 20s, I would have gathered enough information and understanding that could have helped me propel and always move forward with my life. More like find a system that's gonna regularly push me to becoming better, because with books comes information. With information, when you action it out or act according to what you have read, it leads to an good amount of wisdom and a good amount of rewards too. So I feel like to calibrate my growth, both mentally, heart-wise, I could have invested much of my time into reading books, not only books that were from school or things like that, but mental building books, heart building books, a lot of spiritual books. I feel like that could have helped me grow and develop a muscle that I'm only trying to grow now, and that muscle is a muscle of knowledge, a muscle of wisdom, a muscle of mastery. I feel like in as much as these things are not like a destination, I feel like had I started earlier on in life, I would have become so better, such a great and better version of myself, that I would be able to calibrate and move through life storms and kind of like find ways to make things work out when they don't work out, because of that immense wisdom that I would have gotten from the knowledge that comes from self-help books and things like that. So I feel like in my early 20s I could have done that part better. And yeah, if you are in your early 20s and you are watching this, I do really advise that you read and really consume a lot of study material books and self-help books, because that could really advance your thinking abilities, and it could really just give you the kind of muscle that you need in life, and that is the muscle to push through life's challenges. Another thing that I feel like I could have done in my early 20s, in as much as they were not very popular, but that is listening to podcasts or stories that are shared by people over all of these platforms that I was streaming through when I was younger. Yes, I was not very technologically advanced. It's not like I understood whether there was podcasts or things like that, but then again, I have realized that there has always been podcasts on the TV as well, and I just decided to ignore the podcasts and just go for everything else except podcasts. So I feel like you would be doing yourself great favor by consuming and eating up all the nuggets that people are giving you in the podcasts, especially if those podcasts are speaking to self-mastery and how to develop your mind to work better, to think better, to calibrate your life better. I feel like that is one thing that you should be embedding in your life. And if you are in your early 20s and now in the digital world, I feel like podcasts are everywhere. It's only a matter of selecting the kind of podcasts that resonate with you. But then again, I feel like consuming a lot of materials that are in hearing or listening form, like podcasts, it would literally enhance your level of thinking and gradually acting when it comes to different situations in your life. So yeah, I should have started earlier. Another thing that I feel like I could have done in my early 20s was to believe in myself more. I know I speak about this a lot in my videos, but that's because that is a pain point for me, more like a sore point, because I realize that a lot of potential is killed by the fact that we do not believe in ourselves. And if you don't believe in yourself, there's chances that you won't be trying anything in life. Really, you won't be trying to get to higher education, you won't be trying to get a good job, you won't even be aiming as high as earning 50k per month, because you just don't believe that you have it in yourself to generate such an income, to create wealth, or to be such a magnate of a person. So I feel like in my early 20s I should have just rather not focused on not trying to be better, because I was self-sabotaging a lot, and it came from the point of me not believing in myself or having the confidence that I needed in myself to actually cultivate the person that I want to be. Of course, it's nice that I'm doing that now. I'm starting to believe in myself and work in myself on my self-image and work myself through self-mastery, discovery, and all of those things. But then again, had I started in my early 20s, by now I could have gotten so far. Yes, there is progress, we're not gonna deny that, but then again, it would do you a lot of good to actually start believing in yourself in your early 20s. Another thing that I feel that I could have done better in my early 20s is that I feel I could have helped better. No, yes, I was a helpful person, but at the same time I was very afraid of helping others, because I found it awkward. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but then again, I didn't want people to get to a space where they feel like they are being pitied, and at the same time, situations like people not having enough to go by in a day would hit me so hard that instead of reaching out, I would just close myself in, because it goes back also to the confidence. I was not very confident that I could be helping. I felt like my help was not gonna be enough, because I'd always have this mindset that if I'll only help them with today's bread, then it's useless because tomorrow they're gonna wake up hungry. So I feel like that was a sign on its own to actually help more, because as I grew up, that desire kind of like reduced. So I am trying right now in my old age to actually help as much as I can with the much that I have, rather than trying to overextend myself. You know, I feel like had I done it in my early 20s, I would have understood a crucial thing of service to people. I would have understood giving service to people better, and more than that, I could have developed this thing to grow as much as it is supposed to be, because in as much as we are alone on earth, or we came alone, we are not here to just run our own business and go back home. No, we are literally here to also be of service to other human beings, and that's exactly what I believe in. And I feel like in my early 20s, if you are young and are compelled to help, I feel like help as much as you can, because life has a way of bringing that help back to you. And again, let it be from a point of you are compassionate and now you are offering a service to the next person, because that will bring greater rewards and more fulfillment. This one is a mess. This one. I feel like in my early 20s, I could have learned to give any work that I get into 150%. I feel like I could have understood the fact that to work is an honor. I feel like I could have taken every opportunity and made the most out of it, and tried by all means to maximize my impact, and to try by all means to grow every field that I'm in, which would in turn also grow me, because any internal work that is done also produces on the external. So I feel like when you are young, you are agile, you are desired almost everywhere, and you'd be doing yourself great injustice by not going all in into the opportunities that God gives you. So I feel like I could have done that differently. That is one part that I feel like I could have done differently in my life, because with great work ethic comes great reward. And if you are in your early 20s, please do commit wholeheartedly to every opportunity that comes, because hey, we can lose opportunities. People say what's yours is yours, it will make its way to you, people say, but then again, some things miss us because of how ignorant we've become, or how deaf we've become, because of the noise all around us. So yeah, a little piece of advice from big sister. Okay, I'm not big sister really, but a little bit of advice: any work that you get into, commit and excel. Last but not least, I'm sorry for the change in lighting. Another thing that I feel like I could have done for myself in my early 20s is to build intimacy with God. I was very much saved, I was very much active in the church, and again, I was not that invested in intimacy, because I had not understood our relationship with God and with the Lord Jesus like that. I knew there was a friendship going on there. I knew there was a relationship of father-daughter going on there. But then I never knew the intimacy aspect to it. It goes beyond me praying 3 times a day. It goes beyond, in as much as those things are part of it. But then again, intimacy also takes listening, taking time to listen to God, taking time to build myself in God through his ways, allowing his heart to actually kind of like capture my own heart, and then they become one, to a point where I hate sin as he hates sin, and I love righteousness as he loves righteousness, and I feel like I am entirely complete with him and I don't need anything else. You get what I'm saying? It's intense. It's an intense and extreme love for God that can only be gotten to by a genuine practice of seeking God. So yeah, it's good that we are starting in our late 20s. It's never late, like I said, but if you have the opportunity and you are young enough, I suggest that you do that. And these were the core things that I feel like I could have learned in my earlier years, my early 20s, before I got here. Now I'm an old truck. And everything is literally hard to do. Coming into routine, building new habits is just so difficult, but we are persisting and we are growing, and I love that for us. So thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. I hope you're gonna come back. I hope you are rejuvenated. I hope you're gonna try all of these things while you still have time and are on earth, because what's important is the fact that you are still alive. Take care of yourselves, you guys. I pray the grace of the Lord continues to be with you all and warm you up all the days of your lives. I will see you again soon. Bye, guys.